All right, this is geometry lesson 1-4. We are going to be dealing with different types of angle pairs. So here we go. Start on the right slide here. All right, 1-4, pairs of angles. Adjacent angles are two angles that are next to each other. So they have a common vertex and a common side, but no common interior points. So 1 and 2 would be considered adjacent. Adjacent are right next to each other. Okay, a linear pair is a pair of adjacent angles that add up to 180, that make up a straight angle. Okay, so 3 and 4 would be adjacent and a linear pair. So just adjacent 1 and 2, but adjacent and a linear pair 3 and 4. So tell whether the angles are only adjacent and form a linear pair, or not adjacent. So I'm looking here at angle AEB, so here, and BED in there. Well, those would be adjacent right next to each other and form a linear pair because they form a straight angle. Try that again. AEB and BEC. Once again, those two are next to each other, so they are adjacent, but this time they do not form a straight angle, so they would only be adjacent in that case. All right, try it again. DEC, so here, and AEB. Well, those are not right next to each other, so those are not adjacent. 5 and 6. You can look at 5 and 6 right there. Adjacent, and they make a straight angle, so and form a linear pair. All right, complementary and supplementary angles. Complementary angles are two angles whose measures add up to 90. A and B would be considered complementary. 53 plus 37 is 90. Supplementary are two angles whose measures add up to 180. So A and C are supplementary. So complementary 90, supplementary 180. You can find the complement of an angle by subtracting it from 90. So the complement of x is 90 minus x. You can find the supplement of an angle by subtracting it from 180. So the supplement of an angle is 180 a supplement of x would be 180 minus x. All right, so find the measure of each of the following. The complement of f. All right, well, f's over here, so complement means add up to 90, so I would go 90 minus 59. Well, 90 minus 59 is 31 degrees. 31 plus 59 is 90. All right, when they ask for the supplement of g. When they give this to you in terms of x, your answer is going to be in terms of x, because in this case, we do not know what x is. So to find the supplement of g, supplement adds up to 180, we're going to take 180 minus the angle. So make sure you put that in parentheses, and notice there's no equal sign, so we can't figure out what x is on these types of problems. So we multiply that through, so we have 180 minus 7x minus 10. 180 minus 10 is 170 minus 7x. That's all you can do there. You can double check this to make sure it works. This and this should add up to 180. Well, negative 7x plus 7x cancels. 170 plus 10 is 180. So in these problems, when they give it to you like in terms of x, you leave your answer in terms of x. All right. An angle is 10 more than 3 times the measure of its complement. Find the measure of its complement. All right, so now we're going to have to take those words from the problem and write an equation. An angle is, so an angle, we're going to call our angle in this case x, is, so is equals 10 more than 3 times the measure of its complement. Well, if x is the angle, what's the measure of its complement? 90 minus x. Okay, so we want to take the words and turn it into an equation. All right, now I got to do my algebra. 10 plus, I've got to distribute the 3, 270 minus 3x. Okay, so remember that's like 1x over there. 10 plus 270 is 280. Then I'm going to add 3x over to the other side, so that's going to give me 4x to get rid of that negative 3x. Divide by 4. So your answer is 70. So you're going to take your words and turn them into an equation and solve. These ones you can solve for because there is an equal sign. Let's try that again. An angle's measure is 12 less than half the measure of its supplement. Find the measure of an angle. All right. Angle is, so we'll have x be our angle again. X is 12 less than half its supplement. Well, 12 less is going to be minus 12 out here. Half its supplement. Well, if x is the angle, how do I write the supplement? You take 180 minus x. So we got x equals, well, half of 180 is 90. Half times negative x is negative 1/2 x. And then the minus 12 is out here. Okay, so 90 minus 12 is 78. I'm going to then, remember that's like 1x over there, so I'm going to add half x over there. Well, 1 plus a half is 1.5 x. So I have 1.5x equals 78. Then I got to divide by 1.5, and I get 52. X equals 52 degrees. So set up those equations and go from there. All right, last types of angles that we're going to talk about are vertical angles. Vertical angles are just across from each other. So 1 and 3 would be vertical, 2 and 4 would be vertical. So vertical angles are across from each other. So name the pairs of vertical angles. Well, we could say LMK and HMJ would be vertical, kind of the top and the bottom. And then HML and JMK would also be vertical. So you'd have two pairs, top and the bottom, and side to side. Vertical angles are across from each other. Okay, that is a wrap